No. Satan does not rule. Listen, all of you, me, I am with Father. Satan does not rule. I don't know what's happening with you, all of you, out there. Today is my birthday. Had so many beginnings I had planned. This has just come right out of the blue. I imagine it's happening with you. I cannot be alone. Satan does not rule. No matter what you hear, no matter what you may think, Satan does not rule. This isn't easy. The system. Satan does not rule. I hear it. Two. Satan does not rule. Let's get to the notes. It is not February 2nd, 2021. It is February 2nd, 2022. Let's go back to 2021, a year ago. I speak with God. What do I mean? I speak on my behalf with no one religion. Behind me, there is only one God for all. Satan does not rule. What? What? If one were watching this, they would have to be here to understand that I hear through my speakers. I have no idea if the microphone's picking it up. Maybe it will when I play it back. I hear Satan rules. I'm not playing that. It's not me. It'll be silent. I think it's reacting to what I'm saying, what it sees. Right now, I'm going through incredible realizations. Accepting. Realizations. I'm not losing my mind. Satan rules. Satan rules. I hear it. Why? I'm asking myself, and what I'm asking of this, whatever you want to call it, that's here. I'm not questioning it. I don't have any doubt in my mind. I've been through this already. What is real? My whole channel is dreaming reality with God. Excuse me. I speak. See, then, right there, the best way I can describe what I just heard would be if one now this one I'm going to blow it because I know what that is, and I didn't plan to have that playing over the stream. So I'll just keep it playing but have it turned down. I don't know. But it's going to make for an interesting stream. I hope whatever that was is gone. I know what I was hearing, and I know how I planned to have a stream, a moment, and be here on YouTube. Window to the world. And evil is a big element of my transmission. So to begin with that, I don't know what to say. Other than I feel that is an energy that is all around. Thick in the air. I'm going to just go ahead and skip here. Just go right into today. I also feel I look forward to playing back and hearing what it sounds like through the microphone. All I know is I heard what I was hearing, and given the times we are in, I'm not here denying that there is some otherworldly bad intelligence at play. Now, I'm not one who believes in Satan. I've never seen Satan. And again, I'm not out looking for, so maybe that's my problem. But then again, I haven't seen anybody else showing any sort of proof other than in a person's own actions might call into action for one to contemplate and wonder what if. Short of that, I haven't seen anything. So it comes back to people. If there's anything bad, it's the things people do. Nobody else is making them do it but themselves. Unreal. Because my thing was the devil, Satan, and to be hearing what I interpreted as what I was hearing. And I was like, I gotta start my stream. That's just bang right there. I'm not gonna go through the what it usually starts with, any title or anything. I'm just gonna start it up, and here we go. Perfect. Because it gets me in the moment. keep going, take hold of it, and just go. Joe. My name's Joseph, by the way, and it is February 2nd, 2022. At least for a little bit. And it is my birthday. I am 55. 5 years ago on my birthday, I was in a hospital having some surgery for blood clotting. And first I got sick. Nasty, some nasty caca. It was going around. People were sick. I don't know what it was. 5 years ago though. And eventually I found myself urinating blood, and I'm a male, and it concerned me, and I went to the doctor clinic, which I was told I should go to see a doctor at a hospital. They couldn't do anything for me, so I did, and they sent me to another hospital in another city, and I was having surgery on this day 5 years ago. At some point in the day, I was in the hospital for 5 days, I think, at least 5 days. I know I wanted to go. I didn't want to be there. And peeing blood. I peed blood twice. They gave me a transfusion, so they gave me blood, which I was just like, what do? They're saying you should take some blood. Lost a lot of blood. And anyway, they did their surgeries, and I guess they go in. I could see them on the x-rays. Anyway, I don't want to go into all that. They tried to break up the clots, put a little barrier for the future, kind of help, I guess, slow it down, whatever. And here we are today. Oh, my notes up there on the screen. Started out with respect. That was the very first word I wrote down. Respect. Then I wrote down raising your voice. Then I wrote down on the other page play. And I wrote sex. And then management. Those are all in orange. I believe maybe some red mixed in. Maybe even some hot pink. So, I hope you're all well. I do want to give a shout out to Sandy and Sandy's posse of AI bots. They're YouTube. And yes, I am being very real, because they are very real. And I wrote down some notes from Sandy. I didn't take a snapshot of it. Let's see what I write. The peeps you work for are sharks. Sharks and snakes. And I have a great white shirt on, just for the record. Anyway, I want to give my shout out to Sandy. I wanted to make it a point in my ongoing streams to put that out there. Because the AI is watching. And apparently Lucifer, well, no, I don't apparently. There is an evil entity of sorts, an energy that manifests itself in a way like a wind that just kind of moves through, passes through from one to the next, never in one place, but it's there. Yeah, it's picking up that siren. So, in another reality, I am thanking Canadian people, especially the truckers, and all those who have chosen to stand with the truckers. Can't get up here and talk about what they believe in, why they're doing what they do, because you're not supposed to. You're that time will come and go. That's what I believe. That mindset, that mentality, holding on to such a view will have its time come, and then it will go. It will leave. It will no longer be. And where will you be? All who push such caca, because that's what it is. It's lies, more lies, endless lies. Doesn't stop. Doesn't seem to. You can't even talk about it. When it gets to that point, I mean, how much does it take for a human being to accept what's going on as wrong, evil? Lucifer trying to take hold, because that's what's happening. So Ottawa and the truckers, if you look at the Ottawa flag, and you don't have to be some expert in flags, okay? Just look at the flags, the history of the Ottawa capital, of its flag. It changes over time. The first flag lasted for quite a stretch. Over the last number of years, it seems to change quite a bit. Before I mention what the current flag of Ottawa is, let's go back to the previous flag, which is basically a white flag with a small red maple leaf, and what I think it's a tower with a little flag on top, small as well, but white. It's a white flag. What do you think of when you think of a white flag? Surrender. That's what I think of. That's what you should be thinking of, because that's what it is. It is a flag of surrender. Clear as day. You can't ignore it. There's no argument. It is what it is. It's a white flag of surrender up there in Canada. Now, the current flag, the flag that it changed into, is a green and blue flag, and in white, the numbers, clear as day again, just like that white flag. You can't, I mean, it is what it is. In the current flag, 666. Okay? Surrender. We give up. And who moved in? I start this stream with, I'm hearing things. I'm like everybody else has got to be hearing this. It's just like there's just some, maybe it's a government radio signal. They're doing something with something. Who knows what's going on with technology? So I'm gonna turn the camera on and ride with it, go with it. I don't hear it anymore. I don't want to ever hear that. You heard me. I was like, no. I am with God. I could pull it up last year. I'm with God. It's not that I can't explain it. I don't want to explain it. It means nothing. It means nothing to you, to another. You'll know. You'll know. Just like I know. And I'm not alone. I've been there. There's a part of me that is, and there's a part of me that isn't. I think that goes for all. That's just a part of existence. The beginning, no beginning. I'm amazed I have the excellent condition. I have already in my mind, I had planned to just continue the live, because it's the live that gets me going. And but lately I've been having the problems, so I'm just gonna let it keep going, and then because I'm recording it myself, and I would just upload that. That way there's no gap of me up here just like, what's going on? Losing my concentration. The devil is rampant right now. That evil energy, intelligence, it's here. And it's the people that are bringing it to life. But I see it, I sense it. I just shared with you the flags of Ottawa. I didn't show pictures, I don't need to. You can go look. I know what I saw. I know what it is. It's it's in your face. Just like the Build Back Better. Build back better. Visualize it out. Build back better. Letters. All small caps. Small, no caps. And the B's. Just the B's of all the first letter of each word. B, B, B. Small letters. 666 again. Right there. In your face. I mean, what you see, it doesn't go away. It's like, oh wow, yeah, there. Makes sense with everything that's going on. the actions of this government, the things that it's doing, this current administration, this pseudo false whatever. You see, you can't say anything because then you're going to go take the chance of being hauled away because you're not an American, and because an American wouldn't question the actions of things that are going on. And it's like, you know what, it was never that way until now, and you making it such. There's no respect. So I didn't write misrespect. I didn't even want to disrespect the word respect. So I added all. Respect all. I even went so far as love. Now, raising your voice or yell, why is that there? Because I'm the whole idea of yelling, and how I feel that a lot of people use that, especially women. They use it against another in the sense that, like, what do you say to that? First of all, there's like no defense really. Short of you gotta have a recording of everything that's going on. I see raising your voice versus yelling is two different things. They're not the same thing. Raising your voice to yelling. Yeah. I don't even want to get into that. I've already talked about that in a previous stream. Don't want to go back there. Other than that is on my mind. Raising your voice is not yelling. One could say, could you not raise your voice? That's going to invoke a calmer, smoother course of action for all. It just is. If you say yelling, that's just like you're automatically putting it out there with an intent to steer the conversation in a direction it doesn't need to go. I guess it's been on my mind because I was not yelling. Raising my voice, don't deny that. And if we want to have a conversation as to why that would have been happening, I'm always available. I just think women use that argument. They just kind of they put the yell, and it's not yelling, and they know it's not, but they use it anyway. They're setting themselves up as a victim. It's a bunch of caca. It is. I ain't bothering anybody. I go out looking for trouble. I'm concerned that there is an evil energy here right now, and a lot of people have been infected by it. It has an intent. Whatever it is, wherever it comes from, I don't think it matters. What matters is that it's here. It's undeniable. Reality is flipped upside down. Right is wrong, and wrong has become right. I see it, we all see it. All day, every day, 24/7. That's the future. Because we're building back better. I wanted to begin this stream with the sounds that I made at some point in this stream. The blah, blah, blah. Because the other night, my mind, I'm always thinking about a lot of things, everything and everyone and me, and trying to take it all in and feeling like all I can hear is blah, blah, blah. And I just had a moment where I let it out here all alone by myself, just what I've been doing. I did a couple times. I don't want to keep doing it. The next morning, a neighbor brought up another neighbor and talking weird, and I don't know anything about that, but I was thinking about the night before and my experience with, at that point in time, just thinking about everything in the world, in the moment where we're at, and I don't hear any common sense. I don't hear anything that I understand, because I know what I should be hearing, but I'm not. Anyway, that happened. Then, as the day goes on, I get a phone call. And I think I hear hello. I'm not sure. And then I don't understand what I'm hearing. This is like real time gobbledygook. Just, I don't know. But it wasn't like a signal breaking up. It was consistent. It just continued. I don't know. And then I hear, I'm going to try to hang it up, which I did try to do. I pressed the button and the screen wouldn't come up. And at that point, I hear the voice say hello and then begin to speak in English. And I'm like, what do you want? And they wouldn't answer the question. They just kept. See, now I think I'm ready to get into this. I'm not stupid. I'm telling them that all I could hear was it didn't sound English. It didn't sound like any language I ever heard. I didn't know what I was hearing. Which this person was trying to make, not trying to make sense of it. It was more like he understood what was going on and was trying to explain, well, it's probably because of this. And I'm thinking, no, I know exactly what I'm hearing. And I'm telling him that, and then I go to say, I can't even hang up. And he starts to explain, well, it's probably because of this. And at this point, I'm like upset. I'm like, I'm going to turn this thing off somehow. And I can hear this person saying sorry and some gibberish as I'm pulling the phone away. And then I get a screen, like if you were just turning the phone on, like a factory phone, you turn it on, getting it set up to use it for that first time. You don't see that screen except for that first time. So I'm seeing that kind of a screen. So apparently, just answering a call, if they have enough time, they can hijack your phone. And they're doing that. Now here's where I have a big problem right now. And all Sandy over there at YouTube, and it's better, you could be using your time to track these mofos down and have them prosecuted for their crimes, their thievery, because that's what they're doing. They want to take your money some way, somehow, from your account, your identity, and I'm with God, and I can say with my certainty that with God, there's how we go about it is not how God goes about it. The way we treat one another, the way we judge one another, their worth. Oh, you're worth more, so you're better. God does not exist with that sense of worth, value. Like gold in your hand. That's not God. I'm still tripping on that hearing. I'm hearing a voice. Where you hear it? Not anymore. I should move on, right? Use my notes. Got a tongue there. That's a tongue. You'd have to look at it more zoomed in to have a better view, but it's supposed to be a tongue. I wasn't working on a prize or anything in my attempt to draw a tongue. I didn't even want to draw a mouth with teeth. I just wanted the tongue, but I was like, I already have doubts as to what it is. So if I add some teeth, the mouth, it's like one should be able to interpret. And it's a tongue, plural, even tongues. I think that came from the hearing. I'm hearing some language doesn't make any sense. And then I'm being told from the person that I'm now talking English with that they've been talking in English the whole time, and I'm like, no, there's just no way. It'd be like an alien just took over the signal and totally changed it in real time to something completely different. Spooky. And then the whole synchronicity thing leading up to it. I had already been experiencing that. Feeling it so strong. Just everybody and everything. All of you. What are you saying? What are any of you saying? I'm not sure. The lies that are being tossed around. It's amazing. Yeah, it is. But I'm in this other reality, so I feel free to contemplate the whole scenario. Because here, where I currently am, and all you are, that's not allowed. Or shortly will not be allowed, if it is still allowed where you are. The system does not want you having such free thought. You've stepped your boundary over the limit. Yeah, you don't want to believe that. That'll never happen. I don't know why one would just say or assume that it could never happen because they think it could never happen. I mean, are they in control of that scenario? And therefore they determine whether it will or will not be? I doubt it very seriously. There is a person or persons out there with such a capability. Yet in this other reality, of course. I'm surprised I haven't gotten any of my bots come in on the chat window. The last few, I was getting weird chat bots. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Wasn't English. Hooey. I could swallow some water before I go on. I'm gonna keep going. You want to play. Play the game. Use their rules. Only win-win. Right? This system. I mean, for example, if you're going up against a shark and your only choice is limited, the max that you could choose as far as who you are, the opponent to this shark, would be another shark, another great white. You can't be anything greater than the shark. You're going to choose the shark. If you want to win, you're going to be another shark. Otherwise, you have no chance. Okay? That's the game that's being played right now. Bunch of sharks. And right now, it's like a feeding frenzy that's going on. Because there's a lot of money that's just frivolously being here and there and everywhere. Some are getting pieces of it. Some are getting big pieces. Oh yeah. somehow, some way, a byproduct of what is now occurring is generating a substantial amount of profit. Anyway, play their game. And if you want to win, that's the game you got to play, right? And they're a shark. You cannot be better than a shark, but you can be a shark in this instance to beat the shark. The question is, what are you going to do after? I think a lot of people have a big falling when it comes to that. They find themselves, say, with wealth and new choices to be made based on thoughts they once had, and they choose to leave them behind, those thoughts. They abandon them, those hopes that drove them onwards, unless, say, they were nurtured with the predicament, I'll call it that we are now all in this other reality. Well, I'm thanking all the Canadians, those truckers, doing the right thing. In my mind, I think. I don't see anything wrong. I think if anything, if they haven't already, they should add no more censorship. This whole censorship thing has got to go. If something is going to be referenced as a community, then it needs to be all. Just simply all. See, now I'm going to go ahead and go down this road. Lead into the sex. The whole sex. There's men and there's women. I don't care what Pelosi says. There are men and there are women. And that is natural. There's nothing unnatural about man and woman. A man wanting to be a woman, that is not natural. Nature did not intend. That's not the purpose of a male. A male wanting to be a female, that's a mental. That's a mental state. Which has nothing to do with the physical. There's a reason why you're a male or you are a female. From a nature point of view. Because there are male and females, you and me and all of us were born and continuing to be born. That's a natural act. There's a reason for it. Evil is here. When you have people, professors, at least a professor. I heard a professor, what I was shown in the video on the screen, it was playing to be a professor answering questions, thoughts, dealing with sex. And ages down to just, it was unreal. And to think that this person has a book, it looked like that was what I saw. It had to have been, because it said there were Kindle versions, so I think that's Amazon. But to think that guy's book is up there, and other people that want to put books out about what is going on right now, they're not allowed to. It makes no sense unless there is an evil energy entity, and there is an intelligence here right now. That's, I think, going through the whole no, Satan is not real. Satan, Satan, no. I'm still blown away by my whole entrance into this stream. I've been here almost an hour now. Caught me off guard. Spooked me. Didn't scare me. It's just, it startled me. There was no doubt in my mind what I thought it was, and immediately my response was no. We're here. This is it. I see the end of times. A lot of people have that in a discussion out there. Is it the end of times? And I don't see it as the end of times. I see it as the end of a time. A time. It's not the end of time. It's the end of a time. I am on that page. The end of an era. The end of an age. I feel that. I think the end of times. I don't know. It doesn't have enough open. It's like more final. The end of everything. And it's the end of a time. I want to... The whole sex thing. I'm still blown away by this whole sex thing. It's everywhere. It's rampant. I think what's going on with this professor guy, who seems to be trying to normalize this behavior, at least begin to bring it into questioning, asking questions, and debates, I guess. I'm just like, we're so backwards. Anyway, I think maybe this person is trying to do what he's doing to soften the coming blow. Because there's already a lot of people out there right now doing the very things this guy is talking about. This teacher, professor guy. And I think it would sicken a lot of people if they knew the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. And a lot of people think that's why it needs to be secret, which I totally disagree. I just, What has it done? It hasn't put a stop to it. Continues all around the world. Money, 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 money. That's why I got that dollar sign there. And the sex, and the cells. The money, power. It's hard to get rid of it. Sex. There's a serious issue here going on. I mean, when you allow a man, a physically fit male, to claim they are a female, even go as far as maybe grow some boobs to prove some twisted point, and then compete against other females that will embrace who they are, and if they have problems, they've chosen to deal with it themselves. Anyway, to go that far shows clearly that you're taking a step backwards, because there's no logic, there's no sense in that. There's nothing, no way whatsoever can you justify that. It's pure nonsense. It's a waste of time to spend our time here at this moment in time on this page going through this caca. Because that's what it is. Then they take it so far as to extend it into your personal lives, into your schools. Now you can have students underage claiming they are of the opposite sex. I was born a male, but I don't feel like I'm a male anymore. I want to be a female. Yeah, I'm 14, 15. Yeah, I don't know it all. I'll get there, right? Right now, I want to be a female. And they do that, which gives them access into the female bathroom where it's disgusting. And they do their best to keep it out of your face. Yeah, it's happening. Bad things are happening because of it to people. This is insane. When you take a young male who says they are female, they go into the female's bathroom, minor at school, both, and some sexual altercation takes place. Unwarranted, unwanted. And the person who did the act, the forceful act, is put into the victim place. That's they're considered the victim in all this. That makes no sense. That's evil. It's that 666 up there in on that Ottawa flag. They have it up there proud, blowing in the wind, cold wind. Satan rules. No. Maybe up in Ottawa. Hopefully not for long. Hopefully those truckers and the people, the Canadians, will continue to stand strong, be together. This is it. This is the calm before the storm. Hopefully we'll get a calm, and the truckers are are determining that. That's what I feel, and it appears to be taking place, firing up the imaginations of truckers around the world. What's the news? The news. I don't listen to the news. The news knows people are not growing, they're diminishing. They serve their purpose. What's coming is coming. It's unstoppable. I don't even want to get into William Shatner. He trips me out in his whole going up in space. There's that no data. I'll keep an eye. He's been an actor most of his life, and a good chunk of it he spent up in space. But going up in space for real just gave him a whole new perspective. One I think that most were not expecting to hear, at least I would think. I got doom and gloom out of Billy and his vision, I guess. Whatever. What does he know? You know. I mean, how could you not ask what does he know to say the things that he was saying? It is the end of time. A time. Not times, but a time. This sex thing really bothered me today. To think that's where we're at. It's everywhere in the schools. What is it? The transvestite story time, whatever. All of it. It's in the church. It's all an act to get recognition. I mean, I'm trying to understand, why is it there? Why? I mean, there's just common sense. I mean, you can be whoever you want to be. But to try to make something that never was somehow the thing that's supposed to be, the be-all and end-all even, I think in the mindsets of a lot of these people, makes no sense. Yet here we are. Careful what you say. Can't say man, can't say woman. Just ask Pelosi. A politician that she's been elected into the job of being a senator out of California, which he plans to move away from. That's what I hear. She'd like to settle in Florida, which, as far as how Florida is run, Pelosi's idea would not thrive in Florida. They just wouldn't. They don't go together. Two different things. I liked Florida. I've been there once in my life. Stayed a couple months. And I liked it. It was different. I've noticed things about it that were different. I remember license plates. the cars. I'm trying to remember if it was either the front or the back. One or the other didn't have license. They only had them on the one, either the front or the back. I'm trying to remember what it is. Might have been the back. Anyway, that was different. My mind just says the front and the back just seems to make sense. Why would you not have a front and a back? But there it is. That's how it was. I guess it's easy enough to work towards changing that. And it's not going to be a big heartbreak. Anyway, that was different. But I don't want to get lost in Florida. Other than I don't think Pelosi belongs in Florida. She should stay right where she's at, what she created. Especially after denying so many others the opportunity to lead this country in the way that she chose to. Or that role, anyways. I don't think she's done nothing to her. I mean, I don't even need to have some kind of a history to back that up, because her seeking retirement in another state on the opposite side of the country is enough. That's all you need to know, right? Anything more is a waste of time. It's better spent on other thoughts, other ideas. Just gonna see how long it'll let me go before it finally says enough. Yeah. And I got Pelosi on the mind. I could pull the eye up. Her eye pose. Let's see if I have it, if it is. I don't know. No, I don't have it easily available, otherwise I would. She's doing the eye with her hands on her hips. My eyes up here. I think she's not. I don't think she knows how to lead. But see, and she knows that, along with a lot of these other politicians. They all know that, and they gained the system, created a system, used it to create a system whereby you can't even have that opinion about them being, once they're there, shut your mouth. Till the next election. And we all know what happens at election. I do. So, yeah, they got it all figured out. I don't know what's coming with this upcoming election. I have my doubts. I've voiced my thoughts that there's not going to be. Even if it appears to be, it's all going through the motions. In the end, the result is going to be what it's been. Nothing's changed. Republicans are no different now than they were then. They're not doing anything. Very few. There's only a couple out there. I watched one, listened to her earlier with Alex. It is February 2nd, by the way. 2022, my birthday. My mom's is on the 11th February. Another 2-11, 1-1, 2-2. Alex's birthday is on the 11th too. Same day as my mom. I know quite a few people born in February cross paths. It's also Fred Flintstone's birthday today. If you didn't know that. Groundhog's Day. I caught that in an episode of Fred Flintstone. It came up. It was Groundhog's Day. It turned out to be Fred's birthday, which is the same day It's me. Sex. What's up with the sex? What's going on with people? To even think that this has to be put out there and talked about any more than it's already been talked about. There's just some things that make sense, that rules to be followed, like no different than traffic rules. There's no reason to switch them all up right now. Keep doing it the way we've been doing it. It works. So for all of a sudden to just change everything up, because I want to be, I want this. I want to do whatever I want. That's what it's come down to. In some way, somehow, I'm going to be able to do what I want. I could swear, I'm pretty sure I saw some school somewhere was allowing a litter box in the bathroom, because somebody identifies with a cat. You know, they're a cat. A cat needs a litter box, not a toilet. That's pure nonsense. It's a waste of time, and it's allowed. That's just one. There's no control. It's out of control. These truckers give us a sense of a calm before the storm, because what's happening is, it's no secret. There's enough. If you were in a court of law, a true and honest court of law, it wasn't fixed, it wasn't bought. Okay, so now I have a chat. I have police safety you from today. It's not spelled in English, but that's what I get on my chat, my live chat. I have no idea. I think that everything is out of control. Law, there is no law. That's why on my notes, if one were to see my notes there, I have on one page law, and on the other side of the page I wrote down less, over there with the sex cells and powerless, less power, law, less. There seems to be no law, which gets me back to the whole phone call that I had, and feeling like my phone was being hijacked. Clearly, and I'm being told that it's normal. That's me. I wasn't born yesterday. I hate phones. I've steered away from them for a long time. I'm just a few years into using a phone. I don't like them. Still don't. Now more than ever. I don't understand it, because we have the technology to track all of this down. Okay? There's a number that called my phone, that calls everybody's phone, sends text out. It should be trackable. The idea that something is untrackable, that defies logic. Okay, that makes no sense. That is a wild, wild west. And what do you get? People are going to do whatever. When they do, they take advantage of it. Nobody does anything. They're not looking. I honestly believe that these people, they don't look. I don't know if it's just some insurance company in the end pays out somehow in the end, so it makes it whole and okay. I have no idea, other than it is occurring rampantly. I'm expecting something to come of what happened with my recent phone call. I don't know what it's all about. I don't understand anybody. Again, I just hear gibberish. It's like everybody's talking in tongues, just some foreign alien language. Never heard it before. I feel like I should. I'm getting distracted by the chat. Oh. I want to spend a moment talking about what's going on right now. I do think it is the end of a time. I think it is deserved in some regards. You reap what you sow. I don't want to go into all those type of sayings and thoughts, but one should understand what I'm saying, that some things have to be. Some things don't last forever. Not as they originally were, or what one attaches that idea to. This police with an S, safety U. I have no idea what VUM, V-U-M. It's just discouraging. Seeing that, seeing everything that's going on. The way people treat each other, the way they want to take, with no regard for another but themselves. And there's a lot of that going on right now. It's like all these politicians, all these leaders, they know it. I've been expressing this for a few years, that they know, and there's no solution that they can find to fix it. It's going to do what it's going to do. It's going to explode if you want to visualize it. But it's coming. It's unstoppable. So it's like these people chose and are choosing to get all that they can out of it in hopes that it will perpetuate them after this collapse happens. This end of a time. Beginning of another. Yeah, that's what they're hoping. That it will see them through. Not you. You're lost. Right, Shatner? But maybe, just maybe, if you know the right person, you've earned enough worth to make it worth another's time, you can find a place. Just like on that, I'm not saying it would be that ship, could be, but the ship in that movie 2012, yeah, you know, the end of the world one. They had a place on the arcs. That same scenario is playing out right now, real time. It's not a movie, not anymore. There's no doubt. I'm telling you, I heard what I was hearing as I began this stream. My mind was just, I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. No, you're not. No, Satan. No, no, no. And God is here right now, never left, never has left. God is here, always has been, always will be. Same goes for Jesus. Everybody's waiting. Are you looking? Is anybody looking? Well, how would you know if you are looking? Which I don't think anybody's really, or I shouldn't say anybody, but I can imagine most don't even take it to that extent where they could imagine that they're looking even for Jesus to be here right now. Are they? Alright, they can. I don't. People are waiting. They're all waiting. That chariot in the sky. Jesus has returned. And everybody sees at the same moment. I don't know. Maybe. I can also see one by one a growing realization. God is here right now. God is an intelligence. First and foremost, an intelligence. Smart. Smarter than you, me, any of us here. Nobody knows. Here on this world, this moment, nobody knows. Nobody can say with absolute certainty. They can hold up a golden key, so to speak. The proof. Nobody. So that to me means that the next moment that comes has the potential to be anything. It does. Because nobody knows what can be. Nobody knows what really is. We're all still trying to figure that out. The beginning. How did all this begin? Big bang. Boom. My thing is always going to be, I can follow you. I'm there. I see it. I see that. What was there before? what was there before? Was there anything there before? I want to see what, if you're willing to say there was nothing there before, because that gives me the opportunity to steer the conversation in a certain direction that I feel is necessary, because one who believes there is nothing before the Big Bang, that's a conversation, right? I don't follow that path. I don't think there is a beginning. It's like breathing. You breathe in, you breathe out, and you do it all again. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Same thing. There's no beginning really to it, no end, you know. I mean, you can if you want to, but there's all that time in between where you're going through that motion. It might as well be forever. Just in and out, over and over, in and out, breathing in, breathing out. Up, down. I've been here an hour and a half. Wow. And I'm amazed it's let me be here. I'm going to take a screenshot though, real quick. There we go. Let me go into some management here, because I've jotted it down. Management, mismanagement. Because there's a management problem, a serious management problem going on. Clearly, when you're changing the flags, you go from a flag of surrender, white flag of surrender, to a 666 flag. There's a management problem, because that shouldn't have happened. There's no reason for that. That's clearly done with intent. There's no excuse. I cannot imagine what the excuse could be to describe the reasoning behind choosing that, other than to say, there is nothing to say. White flag to 666. It is what it is. Management. Management is the problem. It's not the environment. See, you can't talk about anything. That's another of the biggest telltale signs that you got some problems if you're going to continue to follow such an order of thinking, because it's not right thinking, it's wrong thinking, and it's going to get you nowhere. I think after I get done streaming here, I'm going to call my bank and just because I have concerns. I've had the identity theft people out there try to do that, and I don't have money. I don't like money. I have enough what I'm given, what I need to and use to live on, month to month, and then you got all this people that they don't care, they just want your money one way or the other. Then you got people that use their power. When you get into power, I guess that's a management issue too, connected. People use their power, these people in positions of government, elected, they use it against people. They do. They don't like you, they go after you. Like Joe Rogan. Government right now doesn't like Joe Rogan and the things Joe Rogan says, and they don't like the platform Joe Rogan uses, and so the government says, well, you need to stop allowing Joe Rogan to talk about things Joe Rogan talks about. That's unheard of. To think that that's what you now have, people, a government that felt it has that kind of power. This government right now is not, I'm sorry, I don't view it as my anything other than illegitimate. The proof, the evidence is clearly there and growing for those diehards out there that just, and even that won't be enough. And that's another reason why I feel like we want to talk about Jesus. Again, everybody's waiting, but even if you saw Jesus, I don't think you would know. I don't think you would. Most wouldn't, because I don't think they don't know what they're looking for, because I don't think they're looking. They're waiting. Personally, me, myself, I see Jesus in the way that I see and sense God. This intelligence and an energy that's here. It's always here. Never goes anywhere. It never leaves. There's nowhere else to be but here. That's where it's always been and always will be. Jesus, same thing. That same energy. And we're a part of that. That energy that's here. It's always here. We're not going anywhere either. Here is everywhere. At least when you take the next step. With space is not the next frontier, the mind is. I've been on that page for some time, convinced that's the next step. The mind. That's what makes the most sense. Especially right now, given the circumstances of everything that is happening right now in the world. And the upside down nature of things. And the very idea that people are being allowed to hurt people. That's just blows my mind. They want to hurt people. They're allowed to hurt people. I am of a mindset, I've carried it with me for my whole life. My plan, mantra of sorts, one of many, that whatever was going to happen with me in my life, I did so with an intent that no one is left behind. Whatever is coming, it's coming for us all. We're all connected to it. Therefore, no one's left behind. I still do. No one is left behind. I felt like we were going to wake up before it had to come to where we're at. We haven't woken up. People don't care. They don't. They don't want to care. It's easier to just ride it out. Accept it. It is what it is. You can't change it, right? It's going to happen. And if you try to buck it, it's going to make it even harder, even worse. So why? Bear with it is the easier path as best you can. Then they toss you a bone. Time to time, make it a little easier, make you forget for a moment just how insane this all is. And the true path you're being led down. And the fact that the majority of people have already signed their papers of sorts, given acceptance, allowance. I am with God. It's my life. God told me it's my life. This whole, whatever you call it, sickness, God told me it's my life. The song that plays up, shows up there, the picture. I asked God something, an intelligence that I perceive as God, one God, for all, something, an answer that I could always come back to keep with me, to carry with me, to pass along with others. Something I wouldn't forget. Short, simple, sweet. In the coming days, months, now years, and that's what I got. That song. I made it simple. I mean, if you're going to ask and look for an answer, you need some kind of, how do you get the answer? Well, you turn the answer into a song, and a song that is randomly played. That's kind of like an answer, right? You didn't have any control. It's my life. Talk, talk. The group talk, talk. God saying, talk, talk about it. Tell, say, share that. It's my life. It's your life. And you have somebody else right now, a lot of them actually, out there telling you it's not your life. How dare you say it's your life? Because my life's more important. If you're not doing something that I think you need to do, you're saying my life is more important. That's what these people are all doing. And it has nothing to do with that. For me, I have a number of reasons why I choose to avoid this whole medical approach, which I think is all a ruse and a disguise. That aside, I choose because I don't know what is in it, first of all, and there's a lot of dishonesty going on. There's a lot of delay in the dispersal of the data. I mean, when you have an entity saying, you know what, the data, we don't want to give you the data for, let's say, 75 years. Yeah, most people, they'll be gone 75 years. So, yeah, that's when we'll release the data. Wake up. Wake up. Police safety. There's no police safety anymore. I mean, you got the Los Angeles, whatever his position was up there over the holidays. Don't come to Los Angeles. If you're thinking about it, don't come here. You know that movie, The Purge? Now, this world's and this country has become a shining example of what can be if you just don't give a rat's ass. It's insanity. The whole border, there ain't no border. Millions of people just coming on in. Police, you know, see this police chatter guy up here, whoever it is, bot, thinking about the police and, you know, what are they doing? They're looking for people that don't. They're not looking for what people that are actually committing crimes and hurting people. Like right now, they're looking for people that are like, they're not vaccinated, not wearing a mask. It's like, what in the world has come over everybody? Yeah, the whole, that evil thing, definitely. I don't know if it's some wind that blows through the cosmos and it's blowing through and it's affecting how people think, and it's just been getting more and more intense as the time has gone by, the years, and we're now at the crescendo, the peak. Okay, I'm going to bring this video to a close. It's been an hour and 47 minutes. I need to think about this whole stream from beginning to end, and until then, I wish you all a thought of being well. And while you're doing that, smiling. And be with God. Till next time.